Before y'all do anything, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you rockin' with Young Dolph, hit that comment section. Put the dolphin emoji in there. Let me know where y'all from, who you rockin' with. If you a fan, let's get right into it, man. Now they saying that Blac Youngsta brother was trying to break into the car that was already at that gas station, and that's the reason why they spun the block again twice. The first time they thought he was just a tweaker or somebody there that was like looking and snooping around and stuff. When he started pulling on that handle, they knew he was trying to get to something. They was like, that guy looked familiar. They turned the block around and found out two things, that it was Blac Youngsta's brother and he was trying to break into the baby mama's car. The dude that hit him up, he already knew he was driving by in his whip. He seen Blac Youngsta brother in the parking lot trying to get into the door and jimmy it open of his baby mama car. He just sent his baby mama up there to get stuff from the corner store, you know, formula, like woods, everything like that, man. And so the thing is that he was trying to already take from people that don't have a lot, man, and that's something you cannot do. That gets you taken out of the community real quick, because at the end of the day, man, ain't nobody have nothing, man. For somebody to come around and try to take it from that guy's baby mama and they can't protect themselves, he was trying to take their burner. That's really what was going on, and if he had got a hold of that, he could have used that to do something bad, and it would have came back on the baby mama and her mans or whatever, right? And so they stopped that dead in the tracks. But at the same time, you got to understand that this is still karma from Young Dolph, because at the end of the day, man, for him being in South Memphis, for him to be popping out at the gas station, somebody could have easily got him as a sliding for Dolph, man. It just so happened to be that he was already making a bad mistake at the same time when the people that was actually going to slide on somebody came and did it, man. And this is the thing, you can't be already a op, you can't be related to Blac Youngsta and against Dolph and be on CMG side and making all these mistakes at the same time, man, because that's one after another after another after another. And you can't do that due to the fact that what's going to happen is that somebody's going to basically confront you about that. Man, Blac Youngsta was already behind enemy lines. He already connected to somebody who's allegedly involved in setting up Young Dolph. And so for Blac Youngsta to be running away in Cancun and everything like that, and to leave his brother out in the open, like basically vulnerable to get hit up in Memphis, he left him out there stranded, man. And so you can't be in that situation and still think that you could go and hit a lick on somebody's car, or you could go and try to car hop or whatever like that in broad daylight at the gas station in the hood. What do you think is going to happen, man? A lot of people knew that this was coming. They seen this coming from far away, because first of all, they already know that Blac Youngsta painted a target on his back, and anybody that was involved with him due to him just being in the whole beef and like getting tricked by Yo Gotti to beef with Dolph, man. You gotta realize that Dolph and Blac Youngsta never had no beef, and they never even seen each other. Like, Dolph don't even know who Blac Youngsta is. Blac Youngsta only came into the picture because Yo Gotti told him. He brought him in disguised as, you know, he was gonna be a part of CMG and rap. The whole time, like I told y'all, Gotti be having a lot of people that allegedly did his dirty work for him. You got to start by looking at his brother, Big Jook. We already seen countless reports and indictments of him that through the years where he always got caught up. Anytime something went down and CMG was questioned for it, the person that they always took into custody was Big Jook and Govan. Don't that ring a bell or anything like that? The time in LA when Dolph got hit up in the arm and Govan was hauling, sprinting down the road, trying to throw the whatever it was that he tried to throw and get away from the scene. But ultimately, they lucky Dolph don't press charges on nobody, because that's just how he rolls. He don't try to get the people involved like that. He'll rather keep it in the streets, or just say, leave me alone, man. You don't want to mess with me, because of the fact that he's trying to do this whole other thing. And they just mad. They trying to take orders from Yo Gotti, take orders from their bosses. These guys are pawn pieces in this whole entire chess game. And what you got to understand is that if you open your eyes and really look at what's going on, you will see that Blac Youngsta, he stayed away from Memphis for a reason, because they told him, they sent him a message and a warning. They told him that if Blac Youngsta or his brother comes down in South Memphis or gets caught lacking or anything like that, that's their fault. They can't they can't look after a lot of people no more. Especially when, you know, Blac Youngsta brother, he's supposed to be from that area and everything. They saying that it's his hood too. But at the end of the day, everybody knows that people are gonna be rocking with Dolph way more than they rocking with Blac Youngsta. So why would Blac Youngsta brother think that he was safe in that area when he's really in Dolph neighborhood? He could think that he lived there for a long time, but don't you remember, you connected to Blac Youngsta, who really slid and was seen at different points in time where different things happened, and CMG was looked at as the people of point of interest, man. The persons of interest, they always know who that is. They always get them. They can't do nothing with them, because if the person don't want to press charges, if Dolph didn't want to snitch on them, Dolph didn't do any of that kind of stuff. He said, I don't know nothing. I didn't see nothing, man. This was just an accident or something like that. And this is why there was persons of interest and not suspects. It's a difference between the two. When the forensics analyst came onto Blac Youngsta brother's scene, they picked up all the shells on the ground and they realized that it came from a distance. The guys was actually blasting at him from the road, but they got a whole nother angle that it was coming from. So at the same time that he was trying to hit a lick on the car, and the baby mama's baby daddy was coming to actually like call him out on it and stop him from doing that, at the same time that's happening, the other people that dropped the low on him and set him up, they actually turning the corner on the other side of the gas station, creeping up on him. And so when they seen that the dudes from the street was also like rolled the windows down slowly, and they started to point the pole out of the window, then the guys came around the corner. They recognized what they was doing. They seen Blac Youngsta brother in the middle, and that's when everybody went at the same time, and the whole thing, shots rang, ricochets happened, sparks was flying. He got hit from two different directions, two different sides. The car, they do a burnout. They squeal out, the tires screech down the whole street. They do them take off and go right to the whole entire highway. The other guys that crept around the corner, they did what they did, put in their work. They ran, jumped the fence, climbed on top of the dumpster in the back, jumped the fence over the bushes, and ran behind the trees onto a side street that took them to a main road, that took them to the freeway, that got them on the interstate. So what y'all gotta understand is that they basically set him up, and at the same time, he made a bad decision to try to hit a lick on the car, and he got hit double time. That's why there was so many empty casings left on the scene, and they were scattered everywhere. It wasn't just one person standing in front of him. They weren't even that close to him. They was at a distance so that to make sure that if he had got a reach in what was on the under the seat of that one car, they didn't want to have him get under the seat of that one car, because they know that's under there. It's a lot of firepower, and they don't want to have to be having return fire on them and everything. So they really was like, hey, for everybody's safety, if he already reaching for that, and we don't know, basically he the enemy of the whole entire hood, because if Blac Youngsta brother got a hold of that, what was under the baby mama's car seat, he would have tried to do something to a lot of people at that gas station, man. There was a lot of PRE people. There was a lot of people from Dolph, a lot of people that he used to know from his past that no longer rock with them. And that's what's been going on with CMG. A lot of the people that they grew up with, a lot of people that Moneybagg Yo grew up with, a lot of people Blac Youngsta grew up with, they really, all the people that they used to see from high school and from their past jobs, they all had a fallout, man. They don't get along no more. And especially that those other people, they actually rocking with Dolph. So at this point in time, it's nobody that has Blac Youngsta's back. It's nobody on CMG's side that has their back. Yo Gotti, his resources and the people and connections is running thin right now. And so that's why everything is at a stagnant standstill. And the fact that the dudes on the other side of this whole thing, they still active and they still ready. That's how they even found Blac Youngsta's brother so quick. They already had eyes on the car. They already was tailing him and pinpointing his location everywhere he went that whole entire weekend, man. I want you to realize that everybody's been keeping a close eye on the dudes that might have had something to do with Young Dolph. And this is the reason why this stuff keeps happening over and over again. They picking them off one by one. They grabbing them. They doing things that's happening in the streets. They doing things that's happening up in the precincts. They doing things in the interrogation room. They getting a lot more people for this, and they finding a lot more evidence and everything, because they know for a fact that the rope and the chair found at the cookie shop, they still had to put that in and put it in the locker so they could bring it back out. That's Exhibit 25. Like, they're going to bring everything to the Dolph trial. They're going to bring the thing that they tied him up with. They're going to bring the U-Haul truck. They're going to bring the Bentley. They got the surveillance from the Ruth Chris. They know what happened after that last picture was taken with Young Dolph, man, and what happened to his jewelry and everything. That's why people are so upset, and that's why they quickly ran up on Blac Youngsta's brother, man, because this is not ending anytime soon at this moment, man, because as they keep finding more and more people that's connected to this whole entire situation, the more things keep happening. And a lot of stuff, it only seems like it keep happening to CMG because it's karma from the Dolph. People got to realize that Memphis is small, so the people who had something to do with it is it's a short list, but it's pretty much the same usual suspects, man. The same people that had problems with Dolph always, and the same people who was always looked at whenever something popped off. It's the same things now, man. So don't be surprised when you see things like all the CMG getting taken down or them doing Ricos. That kind of stuff happens nowadays. We've seen Ricos all the last 2 years. And so that's why a lot of people think that this might end up leading to a Rico, because they don't know where else this is going to go unless it's getting justice for Dolph. And so at the end of the day, subscribe for more updates.